Hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. This is going to be part two. If you didn't see part one, you'll definitely want to do that first. There's a free link right there in the description box. It'll take you to part one. Then you can bounce back over here if you're seeing this one first. Because I'm not going to do a recap. We're just going to jump in because I didn't get a chance to talk about these last three cards at the end of part one. Okay. Everything was a lie with them. Everything was a lie with them. They started out on the footing of the lie about something to do with their finances. Maybe our emperor person was actually better off than they were, and they pretended that their life was awesome and they were as well off as the emperor was, and they weren't. They definitely had a lot of things to work out. They had a lot of things to sort out in their life. We have Virgo and we have Scorpio energy here. That Six of Pentacles, there's something here about a debt that they owed to others that they weren't honest about, or they needed to get their life balanced out. I think they owed other people something. And I think that when they first met our Emperor King of Pentacles person, who, by the way, has now shown up as a feminine twice, as both a Queen of Coins and a Queen of Swords in their mind. So just be mindful, this storyline flip-flops, rolls a lot. But I'm going to say that emperor slash queen person had a lot more of their own finances. Maybe they didn't owe anybody any money. They were paying their own way through life. They may have been living with family. Maybe they didn't have a place of their own to live. Maybe they owed family a big debt because they had taken a lot of money from family, or family was supporting their life or something. They needed to get solo and independent before they could possibly have anything to do with this character. But I think that they lied about that. I think that they lied, and they said, because what we saw in part one, I said I wasn't going to recap, but I have to right now to make this storyline so that you can visually see what I see in it. They know that they did wrong in the past. They have been bothered by this, that they did that emperor person wrong, and they can't forget that. They want to make it right because they decided, yeah, I came in, I wanted passion, you were hot, you were sexy. Then I, in a very cold and clinical way, decided, now I'm going to bounce because I got to go figure some stuff out. What they had to go figure out was how to actually become the person that they claimed they had been in the first place. Somebody that was, single, affluent, living their life the same way that our emperor person was. So they wanted their emperor person to wait for them. So I think they just literally bounced until they could go get some other stuff figured out. And I think they realized I didn't handle this right at all. At all. That emperor person was also a Queen of Swords, somebody who expected me to be honest with them. That's the basis for any relationship. I want to come forward now and offer the love that I should have a long time ago, because I think that they have had some, even though that we started out with them saying it's time for the harvest, there can be some real blessings now. They might have gotten some of their life sorted out, and they're ready to suddenly come in and talk about what they've sorted out. But there's a lot of energy here of how they didn't handle things right. This is messy, okay? Even the statue of the angel is like, wow, this judgment card, we got a big old sandstorm. There could be fights. There could be, look, if they're trying to come back to somebody that got treated like crap by them in the past, and we already saw that in part one. We saw that our emperor, our King of Pentacles character, who, by the way, is the queen, a couple different versions of a queen, they feel like this person was an absolute villain. This person intentionally hurt them. This person intentionally was mean every time they tried to talk to them. This person made them intentionally feel like nothing, feel like they weren't important, feel like they were being dismissed. And they finally said, that's fine. I don't want to talk to them either. Why would I want to talk to somebody that treats me like that? This King of Swords person who so very callously tried to hide the fact that they're the ones who started everything on a lie. They're the ones who didn't have their life organized, but they didn't want to convey that. So instead, they bounced in, they got passion and love, and then bounced back out. And they felt totally fine about doing that because it's like, yeah, I found the person I want. I'm not going to do anything about it right now because I got to go sort out my life because I just lied to them and told them my life was all organized and it's not. But I want them to want me. So I'm not going to give them closure. I'm going to dismiss them. I'm going to ignore them. I'm going to block them. It doesn't matter if their feelings are hurt because I'm going to come back later, but it'll be when I've got my life all organized because I told them it was, but I lied. So, and now I got to go do the stuff that I got to get organized. I owe some family members money. I got to do some stuff. And the longer that time went on, the more they were like, they've grown to the point where they're like, holy smokes, what a crappy behavior. What an absolutely crappy behavior. And I think that even the divine has said to them, you made the biggest mess ever. What the hell were you thinking? I don't know if the divine says that, but we certainly see like this angel's not helping. They made a statue. It's like, I ain't trying to help you get back with them. You made this mess. You made a big sandstorm with an electrical disturbance. Everything's a mess. You have to fix this. You did this. You make it cleaned up. Now, don't ask me for help. You met somebody that was wonderful, and then you decided to take an easy route. You decided to lie, and then you decided to ignore them so then you could fix your life so that your lie wasn't a lie anymore. So on one hand, it's like this character inspired them to get their life organized, but man, they didn't handle it good. This person made a mess. Now they have some kind of abundance, now they want to come swiftly in because this really bothers them how much they've done wrong. I think over time their conscience actually grew and it became like, what did I do? Knight of Swords. Once again, we have the Knight of Swords. This is them now. Why are they feeling like I've got to run, I've got to hurry, I've got to race and get to them to tell them I made a big mess. I told you stuff that wasn't true. Then I ignored you because I wanted to go get my life true before I could speak to you again. Page of Coins. I said, why do they feel like they have to run? Why do they have to hurry so much? The Page of Pentacles has come out a multitude of times, always in a negative way. So we had it here where our emperor, king person, queen, they're all of those rolled into one. It's basically a queen who took on a really masculine role and said, I'm worth so much more than this joker and this mess. They are the ones who have had the Page of Pentacles come out twice, both in negative light. So when they think of this person, they think of, I tried to communicate honestly and I got nothing but prickly energy. I tried to communicate again and I got flatline, I got silence. They have to rush in now because it's like whatever was said in those previous letters or texts or emails, they now are like, oh my God, I want them to still care about me. I don't want them to forget that they said nice things at one point in time. See, I think that our queen person, I think that she tried reaching out and got nothing for it. I think she tried twice to be gentle, to try to offer something. And I think she got, because we had the 5 of Swords twice, I think she got slapped down by them. I think once they said something nasty, and I think another time they just gave silence, or she even said, you want to win by trying to hurt somebody. You want to win by trying to, I guess you want me to keep reaching out to you because it makes you feel good, because then I'm the pathetic one who keeps wanting you. But it was never a game. I was honest about wanting you, but you don't want me. So I leave you alone. You are a villain. You played a bunch of games and I don't want this anymore. Like, that's what it feels like. Yeah. If you wanted to hurt me, trust me, you did. If you wanted to cause me grief, you did. So congratulations, you won. You did just what you set out to do. I kind of think that she may have said things that were loving, but also things that were very spot on. And they want to rush back in before the positive aspects of those messages are like gone forever out of her mind. I still feel like this person we're dealing with is so I don't know what word I want to use here. I can't believe that their big motive is I have to rush in. Maybe it's before she starts giving kind messages to somebody else. Or maybe it's I want to remind her that once she did care about me, I want her to care about me again. Nobody's going to care about you when all you did was make a mess of things and you haven't fixed it. I know they say that they have a conscience now and they desperately want to come in and fix it, but this doesn't look like them trying to fix it. This looks like they're trying to get her to love them again. Queen of Cups, remember how you used to love me, the lovers. Remember, I think that they're trying to come in suddenly and they're wanting to get instantly into a lover's embrace. Like they can salvage this connection if only they can. They might use intimacy instead of words to try to tell somebody, see, I want you. Maybe this is what got them into trouble all along because they started out as a Knight of Wands. I think they use intimacy, but not communication. And I think where it comes to like how to treat somebody, they're like, what do you mean? Intimacy is the same thing as treating somebody nice. No, it's not. It's not at all. We have Ace of Pentacles. We have Two of Coins. We have Eight of Wands. They want to do, okay, so they want to come racing in and remind her and get her to love them, give them love again, and then they'll respond with, and now I'll give you all this lover's embrace. They keep thinking that the way they show that they care is through a lover's embrace. They think this will set the tone for a new beginning, and then they can get things balanced out, and then we can talk about where I've been and why I wasn't around. In their fantasy, they think that they can come back in and get her basically in bed with them again. No wonder the universe is like, I ain't helping with this plan. There's nothing divine about this. You are about to have this thing blow up in your face. Remember, you already told a lie. Then you hurt the person you care about by disappearing on them, blocking them. So then you could go and make good on the lie you told by trying to get your life to be what you claimed it was. Now you have your life somewhat organized. You're trying to rush back in. You've thought a lot about how you need to fix this, but your idea of fixing it is to come in, remind her that, hey, you loved me. So I'm sure all I have to do now is show up, talk to you again, and then you'll give me love again. And then I'll show you, see, I really love you. See, great lover's embrace. And then we'll have a new beginning. I don't think that's the way this is going to work. Character, I don't see this working. Remember, we have got a very, very, very cold queen who's become an emperor. Okay. I think that if you come at her with this swaggering passion, I think if anything, all it's going to do is trigger like, oh, you scumball. That's what you did to me before. But let me see. We got a Four of Cups in the reverse. We got the Magician, and we got the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so I'm wrong about that. Actually, what our character would be apparently thinking, if they come in, they come rushing in to try to communicate and hope that, you know, you're going to love me again, you're going to remember, and then we'll fall into a lover's embrace. What actually might happen is that she may say, okay, so you've been trying to manifest coming back home to me because I'm the one it turns out you've missed. You didn't think you were going to miss me, and then you did. So now you've been trying to manifest coming back home. I get it. You're the one who can't do without me. That Five of Pentacles. I'm home for you. And that's why you were drawn back to me. I get that. But what does that mean? What is her reaction going to be toward them? Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is, unfortunately, it's such an illusion. I thought this was going to be the unicorn romance. I thought you were my wish fulfillment, and all it was a big fat nothing burger. Yeah, now I know you're coming running back because now you really want me. But you know what? This is really, it didn't mean anything, did it? 10 of Wands, and I lay down the burden. See, this is why the universe or the divine was over here saying, I ain't helping you with your plan on reconciliation because it's a really bad plan. I'm not budging at all to assist you. You're going to ruin it. If you try to come at her like this, you're going to ruin it. You come in trying to remind her, you used to love me. Now, let's get you to give me and tell me that you care about me a lot and be really interested in me. And then I'll give you this lover's embrace and then we'll just have a new beginning. This person has really not learned. Still, they haven't learned. And I think that's why the divine was like, oh my God, you come at her like that, you're going to blow your last chance. She is sitting here saying, so what, the grass wasn't greener on the other side? You want to manifest me back, huh? Boy, this really meant less than nothing, huh? I'm just like something you went shopping for and then you looked for the best bargain price. And after you shopped around at a bunch of other stores, now you're coming back for me. Thank you for closing the chapter for me once and for all. I'll never deal with you again. I'm over you completely. So ironically, the way they're trying to come back is going to ruin this completely. She will not want them. She will be convinced this was the biggest illusion ever. And even if they're supposedly sad about this, she's like, I don't believe a word that comes out of your mouth. This was just a fantasy. We weren't anything special. Thank you for showing that to me. She is going to be under the exact opposite impression that she matters to them. She's going to say, I matter as much as finding the best deal on a new stereo. The Hierophant, man, she's going to be convinced that she knows this and this is the truth and she's hearing her higher self. And I would almost argue that if they come in that way, that might be the case. What's the message maybe for them in all of this? Because the fact that the divine is not trying to help them. It says, she-wolf, unleash the wild within. Yeah, if they actually really, truly loved and wanted her, they need to get super real about this. They need to, this person like plans stuff, they scheme, they come across as cold, they manipulate things, even though they do have a strong desire for something. We didn't see them out like running around getting with other people. We saw that they had no money and they had lied about that. So they ignored her after telling her a whopper because they wanted her for later. But it's very cold. Like everything that they do is so cold, and they still don't really seem to see anything wrong with this. Their concept of how people operate and how people should give to them is kind of like way out there because it's just not the way this is going to work. And even though they know that this was wrong, they still don't have a correct way on how to understand, like, I'm dealing with a person. I need to show them something kind. I need to treat them like a person with emotions and feelings. And especially if I really love them, they need to get more wild. They need to get more real with who they are. They think wild is action of wands. We go back to the passion. That is the way, that is their language of love. It's passion. Everything else is ice cold, but they think that showing physical intimacy is love. That's how they show that they care. Two of Pentacles, the Moon, the Strength card. Deep down, they know that that's not the case. Deep down, they know they have to dig deeper. They have to get to a point where they convey with words, where they show their heart, where they have the courage to lay themselves on the line. Embodiment of Swords. They need to change the way they're doing things. They might need to reveal why they're so cold also. There could be a reason that they have a detached energy. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but let's take this to part 3. There will be a free link there in the description box. I kind of got to see this person one last moment. Thank you guys for giving this a thumbs up and subscribing. Bye.